Yeah, I will continue what we already did last time. We finished until the switch example. So let me start with my Eclipse. And today is the deadline for your assignment. I will check your assignment. Is it difficult? Yes? Oh, okay. Yeah. Uh, I will check, and hopefully next week you can get the result. Yeah. And maybe on Tuesday, I will discuss the answer with you. Yeah. We learned about the switch example. Yeah, you know, from this example, you are going to give an input, and then there will be a question: how many kids do you have? If you answer any number, so the number will be an integer, and the integer will be checked by this condition. So if you input 1, then you will print this statement. If you input 2, then you will print this statement. If you input 3, you will print this statement. If you input 4, then you will print this statement. If your number is not 1 until 4, then this statement will be printed. Let me repeat one more time. So we have a number which is an input from the user. How do we know that it is an input from user? Because we are using this object. I call it is an object, and this object is based on the scanner. And if I run this, there will be question: how many kids do you have? So if I input 3, then it will print that's awesome. If I give the answer 5, there is no option here. So the option is only 1, 2, 3, or 4. Then the answer will be wow. The meaning by default is if there is no cases. Okay? The case here only 1, 2, 3, and 4. And if it is not 1, 2, 3, 4, it will go to default. Now, let's say if I want to use switch and there is no statement about break. Let me make a new class, switch example 02. Oh, 02. I have already 02. 01. Okay, maybe I make a mistake with the name. I will make this one with 01A, and then I will make a main method here. So I have this class, and let me just copy and paste this. You will have one error message. This is the scanner. You can just click here, and then you will get one import function, which is the java.util. And then you will see the same as what we did in the previous example. You can input a number, and the number will be in the variable num. Now, what you see here is very different. with what we saw on the PowerPoint file. When we have the case equal to 1, nothing. When we have case number 2, nothing. Case number 3, nothing. 4, nothing. What does it mean? When we have 5, then we will print a number smaller than 5. And then it goes to break. And the default will be a number that is not between 1 and 5. And then we end it with break. If I run this code, what is your number? Let's say I put 3. Then we will get the result. It is a number smaller than 5. If I run again, let's say I put number 6, then it will print based on the default, which is a number that is not between 1 and 5. What we can say from this one? When the case equal to 3, there is no statement. So the Java will check the next line. But in the next line, there is no statement. So it goes to the next line. And in this line, there is a statement. Java will print this statement or this very early statement because it is the true condition. And after Java find break, then it will stop. And yeah, of course, this one, I think I missed something in this example. This example is similar with the example 01. Okay, except it is the same with this example, but I would like to teach you about the value as operation. What does it mean by the value as operation is, let's take a look on the switch example 01. I think in my case, yeah, it is example 02. I'm sorry. You can just refer to the PowerPoint file. This is about the how many kids do you have? So you have the number. Okay. Let's say if I want to put this value as an operation, I want to put num equals to 1. Is it okay? How many kids do you have? Maybe I assume that I have 2 kids. And if you have 2 kids, it means, yeah, you have your life will be very busy. So your life will be similar to having 3 kids, for example. So I put this kind of number, and then if I run, if I check 2 as the input, what will be the output? The output will be, that's awesome. Because we input number 2, and then we want to check it with +1. So 2 plus 1 will be 3. And this will be checked by 3. Okay. Now let's suppose I have integer x equals to 1. If I put this one 1 plus x, so the number that you input will be added by 1. Let's say I have 2, then you will see the result as that's awesome because 2 plus 1 equals to 3. However, if I put this one as the operation, you cannot use the operation in the case. You can use operation in this parameter, but you cannot use any operation for this case. You can just use a value. Okay, that's what I want to explain, that the value operation will works only in this case, but it will not work. Yeah, it will not work if you put the value operation on the case. Okay, so I hope that you understand this one. Yeah, and in this section, you will learn about input, how to use scanner, and how you can use scanner for different data types. In this PowerPoint, I explained 3 data types: integer, double, and string. And we learn about the if, we have if else, we have the nested if, and we learn about switch. You can download the new materials, the PowerPoint, and the PowerPoint, the new one is about repetition or loops. So before I explain about this loop, you can see there is one zip file. So you can see there is one zip file in the e-class, and this zip file contains all the Java file that I would like to explain in this section. So you can go to your file, this section 04, and you can use this function up to kulgi, and it will open into one folder which is section 04. And if you open this folder, you will see all the Java files. So for the easy way to explain this one, yeah, and I want to reduce the time to write all the codes, you can just copy and paste this code into your Eclipse. So how we can copy those files into Eclipse? First, as you can see, now you are in your project, and in your project you have the folder section 02, folder section 03, and I'm going to add one more folder which is section 04. To find out where is this folder, you can go to this SRC. Okay? You can click and do the right click, and after you do the right click, go to the properties. So when you click these properties, you will see that this is the location of your source file, and you can click this part. If you click this symbol, if you click show in the System Explorer, it will open one folder which is the source file. So this is the source for your Java file, and if you double click on it, you will see all these things. section 02, section 03, the same as what you have in your Eclipse. So this is the same as your Eclipse. Okay, then you need to copy and paste the section 04. So copy this folder and then put it into the folder SRC. Okay, one more time. This is the folder that you have in your Eclipse project. At the original files, you have the folder first, section 02, section 03. But now I'm going to add one more folder, which is section 04. The section 04, you can open it from the zip file that I give to you. So you just copy here. Boxa, where's the box? Okay, you have Boxa. Okay, so copy this one and then put into the SRC folder. And after you have this section 04, you can go back again to Eclipse and you can go to this SRC and then you can press refresh or F5. When you press refresh, you will see the section 04. Okay. Please let me know if you have any problems with this copy and paste. So from the section 04, I will use this way. I will give you the source code and you can open it to your Eclipse. If you check this one, there is one error. Okay. So the symbol X with the red color, it means there is an error in your maybe one of your Java file. And you can see here, yeah, there is also an X. Yeah. So this is the file that contains error. Just leave it as it is. Yeah, we will fix it during the class. Okay, I hope there is no issue with your Eclipse. Okay, let me start with this repetition section. In this section, we will learn about the three things for the syntax about repetition, which is while, do while, and for loop. And we are going to learn about the nested loops, and we are going to learn how if we combine the loop and the condition. First, we are going to learn about loops. What is loop? Let's say I want to print a string. I want to print welcome to Java. And I want to print it 3 times. How can I print this one? Yeah, the simple one is you can just write system.out.println welcome to Java. And then copy. And then yeah, you can write again. Maybe you can type or you can copy and paste. And then you can paste again. So you will have 3 lines. Therefore, we have 3 times. But if you need 100 times, what will you do? Are you going to write for 100 times? Yeah, it is time consuming. Yeah. We call it, this is tedious to write the following statement for 100 times. So it will be tedious, time consuming. So how do you solve this problem? Yeah, this is if you want to write 100 times, but it is not possible. Okay. We can use loop. Okay. So the first loop that I want to teach you is while. We call it while loop. We call it while loop. And I would like to show you the flowchart. While follows with a condition. And the condition will be inside of the parenthesis. And we will start it with the curly bracket and end it with the curly bracket. And all of them will be in this section or the statement. So what is the statement? Yeah, the statement will be something that you want to show when the condition is true. So let's say if first part, I would like to put the count equals to 0. So the variable count start from 0. There is a question, while count less than 100. 0 is less than 100? Yes, it is true. Okay, so the condition is true. Because the condition is true, we are going to print welcome to Java. And then we have count plus plus. Do you still remember what is count plus plus? It is plus 1. Okay, we have count plus plus equals to count plus 1. Then now the variable count, which is originally 0, it becomes, originally count equals to 0. Because we add with 1, then it becomes 1. After we finish with adding count equals to count plus plus, it will check again the condition. Count is less than 100. Yes. We will print welcome to Java. And then we will add 51. Now the count will become 2. And so on until 100 times. So if you look at this flowchart, first count equals to 0. And it will have a question. Is count less than 100? If it is true, then I would like to print welcome to Java. And then I will write count plus plus. So the count will be added by 1. After we have count plus plus, I will go back to this statement. Check again. What is the decision? If I have question, count is less than 100. If it is still less than 100, it will keep looping until the condition false, then finish. Okay. We call the first line is to initialize a variable. And we call the second part here is the condition. And we call this part is the action. The action means we want to make sure that the condition in some phase later it will be satisfied. First, we will initialize the count and then check count is less than 2. Is it true? Yes. Then we will print welcome to Java. And then we will increase count by 1. And now count equals to 1. 1 is less than 2? Yes, true. Then we will print welcome to Java. And then count will be added by 1. Now count becomes 2. Count is less than 2? False. Then we will exit. Okay, so that's the sequence. And we will do the next statement after the loop. After the loop, it means outside this curly bracket. Now, let's see the first example. In your Eclipse, I gave you the guest number 1 time. Guest number 1 times. Okay, now you will see this program is more complicated. This is the main method, I guess you know. And this is the class name, guest number 1 time. And we are going to use scanner. This is the class to get the input from user. In this line, we are going to make a function to generate any number. So it is to generate a random number to be guessed. So this number will be any number between 0 until 100. So the computer will generate random number. And once the computer has the number, it will be saved into this variable. The problem is, if you are the user, can you guess what is the number? So the user should give an input. So you need to guess the number between 0 until 100. You need to guess what is this number. Okay. First, you need to give the prompt. Enter your guess. Any number you can input here. And then I can give the condition. If your guess, which is the input from user, equals to the random number, then, okay, yes, it is the number. But if it is not the same, let's say if the guess number is greater than the number, then your guess is too high. If it is not equal and if it is not higher than this number, then the number that you guess is too low. Okay, so there are 3 kind of conditions. Now, if I run this, guess your magic number. Maybe I will guess 50. Oh, your guess is too low. The question is, with this if condition, you can have only 1 time chance. And we cannot guess until the correct answer. So yeah, in this example, it introduced the random function and it returns a double value with a positive sign greater than or equal to 0 and less than 1 for this math.random. Maybe if you want to try, I can make a class. Let's say I make an example. So you can make like this one. The variable number is random, and it will be multiplied by 101. If you want to make it clear, I can make it like this one. Integer number equals to math.random. I want to print number. Oh, sorry. I cannot have this random number as integer. I need to have double. So if I run this, I can get a double value between 0 until 1. If I run again, I will get another value because it is random. If I run again, it will get another number. If I run again, it will get another number. So this number, I want to multiply it with 101. And after I multiply with 101, I want to make it as integer. I guess you know, this is the casting. The number is a double based on this function. So this is a double number multiplied by integer value, then you will get double. If you want to get an integer value, then you need to cast into integer. So if I close this one, you will get number 1. Then you will get a number which is integer. You can run again, you will get another random number. If I run again, you will get another random number. Okay. So every time you run, the number will be different. So that's what we call as random number. Okay. And the number will be between 0 until 100. So let me get back here. When you have the if, you have only one time guess. You cannot guess until it is correct. So what we can do here is, let's check with the guess number. Okay. In the guess number, the first will show you the same like what you saw before. It is a random function. So it is a random number from 0 until 100. And then, okay, let me skip this one later. I will explain this one if we have some time. We have input. Guess a magic number between 0 and 100. Now I put a value. Let's say I give -1 because the user will not input -1. This is the instruction. Let's make an input between 0 until 100. And the random number will be also from 0 until 100. It means the user will not give -1. While your guess is not equal to the number. So every time if your guessing number is not the same with this random number, and keep guessing. Okay. So it will be always loop. Repeat it, repeat it, repeat it until your number is correct. If your number is correct, then you will stop the loop. Can you get the logic? If the condition is true, okay, let's say the number is 50 and your guess is 45. True or false? Let's say the number equals to 50 and you guess 45. 45 not equal number? Yes, it is true. And you will enter this loop, okay? Always entering the loop. If number equals to 40 and your guess equal to 40, what happened? Guess 40 not equal 40. Is it true or false? It is false. In this case, the condition is true. In this case, the condition is false. If the condition is false, we will stop the loop. If the condition is true, we will keep to the loop. Now in the loop, we need to get the user input. And we will do again the if function. So if I run this, enter your guess. Let's say 50. Oh, your guess is too high. And there is another question. Enter your guess. Because 50 is too high, and let me lower it. 25. Oh, your guess is too high. Then I can make it a little bit lower. 10. Oh, your guess is still too high. Maybe I need to make it 5. Oh, it is still too high. Can I make it 3? Oh, it is still too high. Maybe 1? Yes, the number is 1. Okay. It will be a loop until you find the number. Okay, I think I need to stop here.